everybody, what's going on? It's your girl Just T. Hope that everyone is doing awesome today, guys, on this awesomely blessed day. If this is your first time stopping by, I appreciate you coming through. Hope that you'll sit back and enjoy my video and ultimately subscribe. Let me know what you think down in those comment sections. All right, so today, guys, it's a southern food day for me. Today we are making some southern style mixed greens. Collard greens, turnips, mustards, all that. Just mixed all together in a good old pot of love. But anyways, let me go ahead and show you guys what I have, what I'm working with as far as greens. Right here, these are some collard greens. I think I have like three little bundles of collard greens. Right here we have some mustard greens. I have, I think, 3 or 2 mustards. I'm not really sure, but I'll find out in a minute. And I have some turnips. And I have about the same in those. We're going to be using those as well. Just going to put those over in the sink until we're ready for those. So I have to get those all cut up and cleaned up. Now, you can buy those in the bags. I do know they do sell them in the bags, I believe, mixed. So you might could check that out. You might could go ahead and buy them like that. And also going to be using a turkey wing. This is a smoked turkey wing. Now you can use any type of smoked meat that you want. Ham hocks, whatever it is. Smoked meat, because you just want that flavor out of there. Oh, these smell good just picking them up. And also I have 3 strips of bacon. I'm going to use some bacon. So I have 3 strips of those. And as far as vegetables, we are going to be using some bell peppers and an onion. And so I have in this bowl, I have 1 each of the bell peppers. I have 1 orange bell pepper. I have 1 green bell pepper. I have 1 red bell pepper. And I also have 1 onion that I cut up into this bowl. I'm going to mix those all up as well. And also I have 4 chicken bouillon cubes. So I have 4 of those. I have some crushed red pepper. Now, you don't even need a lot, so don't think that it's going to make it spicy. All you need is like a pinch or something. Me, I'm going to probably put a little bit more in mine because I like spiciness. Need a little bit of black pepper. You're going to need some minced garlic. I have some fresh garlic cloves, and I just minced those up, chop them up. But if you don't have fresh, always use the minced garlic in the jar. That works too. Also going to be needing some chicken broth. Have 1 container of chicken broth. Gonna need some garlic powder, some onion powder, also some accent. Gonna add a little bit of that just to shake it all up in the inside, get it all going. So first though, I'm gonna come back. We're going to move over to the stove because we're gonna go ahead and get this meat going. I'm gonna get the bacon cut up. I'm gonna actually cut the bacon up. I'll probably show you that. And we're gonna get those turkey wings going. Okay guys, so I'm just going to show you how I'm going to cut my bacon strips up before I actually fry those in a pan. So I have 3 nice pieces of bacon. I like the thick cut bacon. So I'm just going to cut them. I'm going to go down I'm trying to get these together. Go down the middle, straight up the middle. Might not be all straight, but I'm going up the middle. You guys can see that? Yeah. So right up the middle. Now, if you don't have some scissors, some kitchen scissors, then you can definitely just use a knife. But I like my kitchen shears. And now I'm just going to cut this. Just cut them up. And I'm just going to continue to cut them up. Okay guys, so welcome back. So now I have my pot. I'm going to add in that chopped up bacon that I cut up. And add that right in here. And let that get going. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 1 cup of those vegetables that I diced up. And all I did was mix them all up in the bowl and add that in there with this bacon. Because we're working on building up flavors. So the end result is going to be tasty, especially with that pot liquor, y'all. Come on now, what y'all know about that pot liquor? With some cornbread? Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to let this go. Probably going to let this go for about 10 minutes. I'm going to add just a little bit of my minced garlic. I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm just going to let this go so that bacon browns up, and I want to get some of that bacon oil. So we can get ready to add in our smoked turkey wings because they already smoked. So we need those to, go ahead and get done too. So right now I'm working on a medium-high heat. Ooh, this bacon smells so good. One thing I didn't even tell you guys about. I'm going to have to get that out and show you guys. We're also going to add a little secret ingredient into our greens. Okay guys, so we're back. Make sure you can see in this pot. Hopefully you guys can see in there. Okay, so now I'm going to just add in that turkey wing. Joker is big, okay. Ooh, Jesus. And I'm just going to add some water. Right now I'm using this like 2 cups of water, and it's going to depend on the size of the pot that you're using too. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. It's going to depend on the size of the pot that you're using. So that was about 4 cups of water right there. You get 2 of those bouillon cubes. You get 2. Put those right in there. Gonna get another cup of those vegetables. Put those in there. And my secret ingredients, you guys. Let me show you. Secret ingredient is some liquid smoke. This stuff is awesome. I use this all the time. A lot of different foods. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke. Right on in there. Put that in there. That liquid smoke is nice flavor. And that one is a hickory. They also come in different flavors like mesquite, apple, different ones. So I'm gonna bring this up to a boil. Then I'm gonna turn it back down, and I'm gonna let this just go for a little while. I want to cook this until these turkey wings are tender, so that we can take those off the bone. So I'm gonna let those go probably for about a good hour or close to it. I'm going to let you guys know when I come back. How about I do that? So I'm going to bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn my eye down and let it simmer low. Okay guys, so welcome back. So this has come to a boil. I'm going to take it off so I can show you guys. And I'm turning my stove down to a simmer. So now that it's come to a boil, I'm going to just turn it down on simmer. And then I'm just going to keep it covered and cook it until this meat is falling off the bones pretty much. Okay guys, welcome back. About to get to the fun part. Y'all ready for this? We're about to clean the greens and get them all cut up and everything, get them all washed and clean. And what I did is I'm running some water, some cold water into my sink. I have some apple cider vinegar. Now you can use light distilled vinegar, whatever kind of vinegar you want to use. Vinegar is vinegar, and it's gonna clean these greens, all right? And just some regular old table salt. Now we want a lot of that in there because we want to get off any kind of dirt, grit, whatever is on these greens, okay? So I'm just going to show you guys how to prepare, how to get them cut up and get them ready and everything. So right here, these are the turnip greens. And so what I do is I'm going to go through and just take off the stems. Let me show you one. You guys see that? So you see this. We don't want the stem, this part. We're going to just break that off. Disregard it. Just break them off. Now, it might not seem like it's much fun, but I promise you, it's very, very, very fun. So I'm just going to finish taking the stems off of these. And when I get over to the collard greens, I will show you guys. Now, if you run into some leaves too that are, you know, like that, you can always just break that part off and keep going. But you want to disregard the stems, okay? So once I'm done breaking off the stems and I get ready to cut these up, I will bring you guys right back, all right? Okay, guys, so I got a little bit because I'm going to just move on because I can do it quicker when I'm not recording. But I do want to show you guys, these are the turnip greens. So I just have that bunch that I took all of the stems off of that we're going to throw away. That part we're not going to keep, all right? And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut these. Now, depending on how big or small you want yours, that's going to be how you're going to cut them. So my mom used to cut hers really, really small, even smaller than what I'm cutting. But this is just the size that I'm doing. So like I said, that's going to be up to you. So you just want to cut it. Just want to cut them. So I don't like them really, really big. Most of the time I can say I do cut them smaller than this because, like I said, my mom liked hers to be small. And they would be smaller than this. I think she would shred them. That's what it looks like. And so I'm going to move over to I'm just going to actually finish doing these, and then I'll move over to one of the other greens that we have, and I'll show you what we're going to do with those as well, all right? Okay, guys, so now we're going to move over to the collard greens, and this is what they look like. So pretty. Look at that. All nice and big and stuff. Y'all, I love collard greens. You can give me any kind of greens, as you can see, other than kale. I'm not really a big kale person. So let me show you, though, what we're going to do with these. Now, this is the collard green. Now, we don't want that stem that's in there. That stem, we don't want that. We only want the leaves. So, see, can you see this? Yeah. So, I'm going to do it with my scissors, but I'm going to show you guys with the knife. You're just going to run it right down where that stem is. Now, you can cook those with the stem on them if you want. You know, some people do. But my mom used to always take out the stems. So, and my mom was from down south. She was a country girl, Fort Valley, Georgia. And so you're going to disregard the stem. So let me show you one more. So again, just going to remove as much of that stem as we can, right? So again, just going to go right down to get out that stem. And if you just follow along that, it should be fairly easy for you to cut it off. And so that's the stem. Just take that piece right off. We don't want that part, all right? And what I usually do is once I get a bunch of the stems out, let me show you. Let me get a couple out, and then I'll show you guys how I cut these up, all right? Be right back. Okay, so I got a couple so that I can show you guys how to cut them up. So once I took the stems out of them, I'm now just layering them on top of each other. Just lay them right on top of each other so that they're flat, like so, all right? And then we're just going to roll them up. That helps so that you don't have to cut them all, you know, one by one. Nobody got time for that, right? So you're just gonna roll them all up. Roll them up. Roll them up like a package, like a baby. And then just go through and just chop those up. Just like so. Now, my mama probably rolling over in her grave. She's like, you know, that's too big. You don't cut greens that big. My mom used to cut them smaller because she said the smaller that you cut them, they will cook quicker. But I'm not cutting them up that small, Mom. So I'm just going to cut these up like so. I don't know if my brother and watching this, they probably cracking up. So just go through. Watch your fingers. But this definitely makes it easier so you don't have to cut them up one by one. And cutting and cooking and cleaning greens does take a little bit of work. You know, it takes a little bit of time. But I just think with any great meal or awesome recipe, you got to put some love in it and put some time in it. or it's not even gonna be worth doing. So I don't mind the little extra work of buying some collard greens or whatever kind of greens I want and just taking the stem out of them. I got time for that, y'all. All right, I'm gonna bring y'all back when we move over to those mustard greens, and then we're gonna go ahead and get these all cleaned up. All right, guys, so welcome back. So now I have those mustard greens, and I'm basically gonna do the same thing that I did with the turnips. Just gonna take off that stem. I don't want the stem on there. So like, just take off as much of the stem as you can. So sometimes if you just grab it from the back of it and just pull it up, it should come off. And again, I'm just gonna ball those up in my hand, just hold them up, not ball them up, but you know, gather them up in my hand. But let me put this down so I can show you guys. But like the stem, I don't want that stem on there. So I'm just gonna go through, just break it, and just take it like that. Let me find another one. Again, the stem, because then I'm just gonna go through and do one. So that stem. So I'm gonna break, grab it, pull it up. These are a lot more easier to take off than the collard greens because the stems on these aren't as thick. Let me show you. They're not as thick on the mustard greens. See that? And the collard greens. So these are much easier to take off just pulling off the back. So I'm going to finish those and I'm going to cut those up the same way that I did the other two greens. And then we're going to move over and I'll show you guys the washing process. All right? I'll bring it ahead and I got my greens all chopped up and everything. So now we're going to start the cleaning process. And with mine, what I did was I did 3 bundles of collard greens, 2 bundles of turnips, and 1 bundle of mustard greens. And so into the water, I'm going to add, this is like 1/8 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. And we're going to keep that out because we're going to be using that a couple times. And salt, guys, I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm just going to pour a bunch of salt. A bunch of salt. Put a bunch of salt in there. Put a lot of salt because we're going to be washing these a couple times. And so I'm going to just go through. You want to, you know, get off all the dirt and just grind and maybe even like fertilizer, whatever it is that these were used to grow. You want to get everything off because you want to make sure you get your greens nice and clean. So we're going to be rinsing these a couple times and letting them sit. I'm trying to show you like the water. The water is, this is the first wash. So the water is going to be very, very dirty. And I'll just go through like this because with that salt, you know, that's in there, it's going to help get off all of that dirt and stuff. I'm trying to see if I can move this over for you guys. But you guys see how that water is looking? What the hell is that? It looks like a ladybug. What is that? OMG, guys. A motherfucking ladybug. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. See there? You better clean y'all greens. You don't tell me what's in them. That is too funny. Oh, where did it go? Oh, Lord have mercy. I done lost it. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have to find it again. Y'all, there's a ladybug in here. Oh, my gosh. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, I'm going to find it. If I got to pick these out one by one, I'm about to find it. See there? You better clean your greens. I'm going to bring you guys back, though. Because I'm going to find this ladybug, and I'm going to take this water out, and then I'm going to just do this again. But once I do it again, I'm going to once I do this again, I'm going to let it sit for about half an hour. Now, had I not saw that ladybug in there, then I would be letting this sit for half an hour. But now I got to get it out. So I got to repeat my whole process over, y'all. I'll be back after I get her out. Nobody got time for that. You about to get your little behind right about my sink. Okay, guys, welcome back. So our greens have been washed, and I'm about to take those out and put those into a strainer with a bowl. But yeah, it took me a minute, guys. I had to find that doggone ladybug, right? Found it. But like I said, you guys wash your greens. But I wanted to show you guys a step too, because I'm gonna be using some of these for something else. But I have cut up some jalapenos. I have two. I'm gonna probably use like half of this in my greens. And so what I did was I cut them in half and took the seeds out. So the way to do that is you just get yourself a spoon. Look at this. Bring it up here. Get yourself a spoon and just run it along side of the rib. Now this is not going to make it hot, your greens, because for one, we're taking the seeds out. So it will have a little bit of spice, but nothing compared to burning your mouth, putting it on fire or anything. It'll just have a little bite to those greens because we're taking the seeds out. And that's where all the hotness lies, is inside the seeds in that rib. So I'm trying to do this on camera. Like you're just gonna go in, put the spoon, and just pull it down like that. It's so awkward trying to do stuff this way because I am right-handed. Trying to show you guys. But yep, and then I just dice it up. I just cut it up. So I just want to show you guys that. Okay, so what I've been doing is letting them soak in that salt and vinegar water and going in and scrubbing them. And now my water is a lot, cleaner. So now I'm just going to take these out of here and put those in here. And I'm also going to turn the water on over here a little bit. I'm going to just rinse these off one more time. So I actually let them soak. I did it like 4 times just because I found that ladybug in there, and we ain't got that to do, right? So I'm gonna take these out, put them on the other side of my sink, and see how the water. Well, you guys wouldn't have saw the water in the first place because I was trying to find that ladybug, but the water is getting a lot clearer, and so you want your water to be as clear as you can possibly get it, and as clear as you could possibly get it, and until there's like no more dirt and everything at the bottom, because your water is not going to be, clear like you just took it out of the faucet, but you want it to be really clear as you can get it, and so there's no residue from dirt and everything at the bottom. Okay guys, so now I'm just going to go ahead and take some of these out of here and put those into my strainer that I have sitting in my bowl. Now you're not going to add all of these into your pot at one time unless you just have one of those big, country pots. I do have one of those, but we are not using that today. And then now I'm going to go over to the stove and get those turkey wings out because we're going to get those chopped up. Let me see. Let's see the water so far. Yeah, let me show you. Let me see that. That's how my water is looking. See that? You don't want your water to be dirty, with grit and everything. So that's nice, clean water. All right? It shows you that those greens are clean, baby, okay? So now I'm about to guys, so I went ahead and I took those turkey wings out of the pot that they were boiling in. Oh, almost dropped you, baby. So now I'm just gonna cut these right up off of this bone. And probably just pull it apart, really, because it's really tender. Yeah, they're just falling right off, real tender. Don't even need the knife, but they're hot, so I'm not trying to handle it at all. And what I do is too, I'm gonna save the meat. I'm not gonna put my meat back in right now. I'm going to cook those greens. The bigger bones, though, once I get everything cut off, I'll bring you guys back and I'll let you know. We'll move from there. But I'm about to actually just, oh, this looks so good. It's so tender. That is good. Okay, guys, so welcome back. So I went ahead and I cut my turkey wings, got the meat off the bone, and I'm going to just cover this up with some foil and set it to the side. I'm not going to put this back in with the greens because I'm going to do this like toward like maybe the end, like the last half an hour. I'll add that back in because I want to keep the tenderness that it has. And if you let it cook too long, it's going to be tough. So what I am going to do, I'm going to probably, well, the skin, I'm going to give that to my dog. But the bones, I am gonna add these back into the pot to cook along with the greens, and then I'll take those out, you know, toward the end as well. So we're gonna head over to the stove and let's go ahead and get these greens on into this pot. Okay guys, so welcome back. So now I'm going to add those bones back in because they still have some flavor left in those. The skin, like I said, I'm not going to use. I'm going to disregard that. Give it to my Rottweiler. She will definitely love that. So we're going to now add in that chicken broth. This is a 32 ounce. Trying to see how much I'm going to put in here. Let me turn my heat up. So now I'm going to be on a medium-high heat. So I'm going to get some of these flavors going in here. Get this stuff together. So now with that apple cider vinegar, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Put that in there. Black pepper, I'm going to do 1/2 of a teaspoon of black pepper. Put that in here. Oh, and those other 2 chicken bouillon cubes, go ahead and put those in there as well. Onion powder, I usually eyeball my seasoning, so I'm going to do a teaspoon of onion powder. Onion powder, teaspoon. I have some red pepper flakes. Just going to do a pinch of those. You don't, oh shoot, that scared the heck out of me. Now you don't have to put anything that I'm putting in here that looks spicy to you. Now, if you even stop right there, just with that little pinch of red pepper flakes, there's going to be no spice in there. It's just going to enhance the flavor. But I'm going to add, you know, my little, my jalapenos. Garlic powder, I'm going to do 1/2 of a teaspoon. Just like I said, normally I eyeball this stuff, y'all. I'll just be sprinkling it in there, so I'm trying to measure it. And you're going to want to taste your stock too, as you know, when this cooks down. So you want to taste everything and just see where you are, all right? And with my jalapenos, I'm going to add just a little bit of jalapenos in there. Like I said, these aren't going to be spicy because there's no seeds in there. So we ain't got to worry about that spice, y'all. And now we're going to get ready to put these greens in here. And you're going to add these just in batches as well. Because like I said, they are going to cook down. And too, a lot of times when I cut up greens, even if I don't use all of them, you can always freeze them. Put them in a freezer bag and just cook them another day. I do that too. My mom used to always cut up greens and just freeze them. So these are going to wither down some once this starts to boil, and then we can add more in there. Oh, almost forgot. I'm going to add in a little bit of accent. My bad. I'm going to do 1/2 of a teaspoon of accent. Because this is not salty. You can actually use a teaspoon if you want, because accent is not salty at all. So I will probably use, I'm going to use a teaspoon. And then I'll just adjust it and see what my flavors are. Once I, you know, get it down to where I can taste my pot liquor. So I'll bring you guys back, y'all. I just want to show you, because I've been adding these mixed greens inside this pan as they're cooking, because they're starting to wither down. So you just keep adding and stirring up, mixing up. Just add and mix them up. They're going to wither down. You may look like you have a whole lot of greens, but once they cook down, not so much. So I'm just going to continue adding these in, and I'm letting this come to a boil, and then I'm going to turn my heat down to put it on like maybe a medium heat, medium high, somewhere around in there. But you're going to want to watch it. And I'm going to cook these for about a good hour, and then I'll bring you guys back, all right? And we'll see. Okay guys, welcome back. So these greens mixed with those turnips and those mustards have been cooking. Well, mine have been cooking for like an hour and a half because I have other things that I'm cooking. Y'all gonna have to go check them channels out, okay? Those videos rather, because I'm making some good old macaroni and cheese. Yes, ma'am. Also, some southern fried spicy fried chicken. Y'all cannot wait to eat. And some cornbread. Oh my gosh. But anyways, let me stop because I'm hungry. But anyways, I took those bones out of the greens. Let me put my top down. A little warm. So I took the bones out. And they're actually done. So if you're making them and you're just doing this, making greens, I'm not sure, and you're trying to follow this video, then just let them cook for like an hour. I'll let them cook. And you see the water in that chicken broth that's cooked down. So what I'm going to do now is I have another cup of those vegetables because I want to add some more in there. I always do toward the end. And I'm also going to add in, oh, okay. I'm going to also add, okay, so I added in another cup of those bell peppers and the onions. And I'm going to put back in the turkey that I took out because I didn't want it to get really tough. And if it cooks for a long time, that's what's going to happen to it. And we ain't got time for that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just let this go for about another half an hour. And I have this on a medium heat. So I'm just going to let it go for a half an hour just to kind of let those vegetables cook a little bit and let the turkey warm back up. And I'm going to also taste my pot liquor or the broth because I just want to see where I'm at with my seasonings. I'm thinking I should be pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and try and taste this and see. Nope, I am happy. Oh yeah, I ain't even playing with y'all. And two, for those of you who might be scared to add that jalapeno, add it. I promise you. Just get one, cut the seeds out in the rib, and chop it up. This has no spice to it. It has like a slight hint of a kick. Slightly. Nothing that's going to make your mouth burn. Go ahead, y'all. This is going to be awesome, guys. All right? So I'll be back because dinner is almost ready, y'all. Come on, y'all. Walk with me. Okay, guys. Welcome back. So now those greens are completely done. The greens mix. Greens, let me say. They're completely done. So it's good to go from here on out, y'all. And I promise you, they are not spicy, guys. I swear to goodness, if you follow my recipe exactly, they're not spicy. Even if you don't like spicy food. My husband actually tasted them a little while ago, and he doesn't like spicy. And he's like, no, you can't even tell there's a jalapeno in here at all. Nope, can't tell. So, but this is it, y'all. Definitely really, really good. And like I said, I took that turkey out. So that way, you put it back in, once it's done cooking, put your turkey wing back in there. So that way your meat stays nice and tender. Because if you cook it for a long time, trust me, it's going to get tough. And don't nobody want no tough behind turkey. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? But anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a blessed day. It's just tea, y'all. I wish y'all could come and taste these, y'all. I do. I hope you guys stay forever, forever blessed. See, look, get your bowl. Come on, I got you. Get your bowl. Come get some. You got a bowl? Okay, let me see it. Here you go. I wish I could give you guys some. I sure would too, because OMG, they are so good.